Hi friends, hunter, fisher, trapper, trader, guide, scout, and interpreter, and country cook Steve Hall here again, aboard the beautiful Miss Sheila houseboat, doing a little cruising and cooking today. I'm going to tell you about a recipe that I got from my sister-in-law up in Brainerd, Minnesota, Yvonne. And it is rhubarb upside down cake. Now I'm making this recipe today because one of our cameramen over here, Tim, says if you got a rhubarb recipe, make it for me. I love it. Everybody's got a rhubarb patch that you can't get rid of if you run over it with a mower. This is dandy. What I want to do is start out first of all with a yellow cake mix. You can just pick them up at the grocery store, anywhere. This is the nice thing about this recipe is you can whip it up out at the hunting camp for the kids, and it has a kind of a very unique way it cooks, and I'll show you that in just a second. We're just going to go by the directions on the back of the box. It says right on here we just need a cup of water. We just need 1/3 of a cup of cooking oil and 3 eggs. That's all there is to the standard yellow cake mix. I'm going to mix this thing up here quick. This will take just a couple of minutes. You want to blend this real good, make sure you get everything mixed up good, kind of grind it along the side. I always like to mix in a plastic bowl so I can grind the side of it a little bit there. This will take a couple of minutes to get down blended. We're going to pour this in this pan over here. And then we're going to put our rhubarb on top of that. Then we're going to put sugar on top of that. And then we're going to put cream on top of that. And I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. And the whole thing is going to flip. The cake mix is going to start out at the bottom, but it's going to end up on the top. It is the most delicious dessert you can whip up out at the camp. I think that's good enough. Hold on a second. I hate to do this, but when I was a little kid, I know it has raw eggs in it. I don't care. It's never killed me. Been doing that 100 years. We're going to take this cake mix, pour it in our 9x13 pan. I should have some spray here. I don't know where my spray is.
Hold it. I got the spray. I want to do the spray.
Okay.
That's my thing.
This is Miss Sheila, my first mate aboard the beautiful Miss Sheila houseboat. There we go. Perfect.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you very much. Okay, now we want to pour this in. Get Tim to get a shot of this cake mix going in here. Got a shot of that, Tim? All right. Just dump this all in. Toughest thing about making this yellow cake mix is the last few dabs out of the bowl you always want to eat. At least I do. Okay. Now this is pretty slick because we're going to just push this around in this pan to kind of level it up a little bit. And then we're going to take some rhubarb that I already chopped up into little teeny pieces. And I cut the stalk off on either end and just slice it thin. And I cut it in pretty thin little teeny pieces, about 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to sprinkle this around on top of this cake mix. You will not believe how this recipe turns out. It's absolutely phenomenal. It is so cool. And all you want to do is, I guess I should tell you, maybe it's 2 or 3 cups, maybe 4 cups of chopped up rhubarb, but I just put it on until I fill up every little teeny hole. If there's a little spot in here that needs some, put it in there. And the best thing you can do for this recipe is if the kids slept in and they didn't go out to the deer stand with Dad, get them up on the kitchen counter and let them plunk these down in here. They'll have a ball doing this. Just sprinkle these around. We're almost done. That looks pretty good right there. Just fill in a few of these little spots. And that's the measurement. Whatever it takes to fill in every little spot 1 layer deep is about perfect. A couple more little dudes right there, that'll get it. Now we want to use 1.5 cups of sugar and sprinkle on top the rhubarb. I can tell you folks that are watching this right now that after we shoot this recipe, Tim said we're breaking for lunch so we can have rhubarb upside down cake. There we go, just kind of shake that sugar around on there. This stuff is dandy. Now on top of all this, we got our cake mix, we got all of our little rhubarb chopped up, we got our sugar on here. Now we're going to take 1 little pint of heavy whipping cream and pour right on top of all this. Then we're going to pop it in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. And how you test it is you take a toothpick and stick it down in there, and when it comes out that it doesn't have any dough on there, it's done. I'm going to try to get that to cover that sugar. There we go. And there it is. Yellow cake mix, sprinkled on top with a little bit of rhubarb. On top of that is our 1.5 cups. You can go 1.5 cups to 1 3/4 sugar. Then 1 pint of heavy whipping cream. Pour it on there, and we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees until it gets golden brown, and a toothpick will go in and out without being gooey on there. And I'm going to show you the results. Watch this. All right, this is looking great. There you have it. Notice that the cake mix came to the top. The rhubarb and the cream and all the other stuff went to the bottom. I should really let this cool a little longer, but Tim over here, he's already chomping at the bit to get some of this. What you want to do is just scoop this out of here and flip it over like that right there. Then I'm going to throw a little bit of handy dandy whipped cream on top of there. Let me give this a try for you. I've been waiting for this recipe all morning, to tell you the truth. That is absolutely delicious. Pick up a box of cake mix, take it out to the hunting camp, 1 little container of cream, some sugar, some rhubarb, and this will disappear like that big buck you've been trying to hunt all year. Rhubarb upside down cake from Yvonne up there in Minnesota. Is it the best rhubarb upside down cake you'll ever eat in your whole life? Yes. I'm sorry. If it ain't, it ought to be. This is Steve Hall saying, see you next time. This is so good. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Cooking with Shotgun Red. If you enjoy our recipes, become a subscriber to our cooking channel, and you'll be the first to know when a new recipe is posted. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below.
This is Shotgun Red saying thanks a lot.